everyone. Quick one from me before we get started today. One of the reasons you might be listening to this podcast is because you feel slightly lost or a bit stuck in life. Over the last 18 months, I've been building a self-led ebook course for you based upon overcoming this feeling. It might be that you are frustrated that you're on this hedonic treadmill of life, despite the fact you've been working on yourself for a while, and with experience should come answers. Or simply put, you're just not where you thought you'd be at this point of your life, and this makes you unhappy. Well, this is where it all changes. You take control of what you can whilst enjoying the ups and downs of life, with the peace of mind that you're doing everything you can to work towards what matters to you. I can remember feeling lost and stuck in jobs and with life in general. All the self-development content out there telling you how to become successful when all you really need to do is find out what success means to you. So, start with this ebook course that I've created for you. 30 days of you taking the time to focus on yourself. Not rushing, not living up to anyone else's expectations, just you getting closer to who you want to become and the life you want to live. Check it out in the show notes and enjoy the show. Hello everyone, and welcome to this episode of the Self-Improvement Project. I hope everybody is well. I hope the new year has brought some nice reflective thoughts. I hope you are not only feeling motivated but acting upon any motivation that you have. I think it's important to sometimes be aware of the change in your motivations sometimes, especially even from day to day. Perhaps you get a wee bit more time off around the Christmas, New Year period, and because you have more time off to think, you end up developing deeper and more reflective thoughts, I guess. So, I hope you're feeling motivated for the new year. This episode, I think, is going to almost be like one of my other episodes where it's like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, like I've done about living a simpler life or lifestyle design, and it's all around our relationship with the concept of enough. And as this podcast develops, the themes become more prevalent. It's been a journey of simplicity, elements of minimalism, elements of spirituality, and enough is one of these themes that seems to crop up. As humans, we're very inadequate at managing our relationship with enough. We don't know enough about what that barometer is for us. What is the scale? What is the spectrum for the term enough when it comes to everything in our lives? You'll probably, if you're listening to this, be aware of the relationship that you potentially have with overconsumption or consuming too much and wanting to do something about that in a healthy way. However, if you're also listening to this, there are elements of your relationship with enough about yourself, whether it's you don't have enough self-belief or enough self-acceptance. And this episode, I'm hoping, is almost like the tip of the iceberg, I'm quite keen to maybe chat to some people about this. And ultimately, this episode was inspired by a piece that I'm going to link to. I found a guy on Twitter called Lawrence Yao, obviously a great name, and I'll link his website. I think it's called More to That, and he's written a really good piece on enough and how rubbish we are at managing our perception, especially as it shifts throughout our lives. The concept of our identities that we form over different stages of our life. For example, being at school, what was your identity at school? Whether you're in a job, what's your identity in a job? Different stages. Before you had a spouse, now you have a spouse, etc. And it was fascinating because we just aren't great at being aware of what enough means. So, what I initially thought of with this concept was our relationship of enough and ambition directly. Ambition is good, it's what drives us, it's what allows us to work towards that meaning and progress that is important to us. We are a wee bit brainwashed in our early life into what progress and meaningful progress is in relation to grades and pay and salaries. And ambition can almost be a bit of a dirty word, dirty term when it comes to self-fulfillment or real purpose in life. And what I want to dig deeper into here is the relationship between having enough as an individual and having peace of mind with that, whilst also having the peace of mind that you're fulfilling your healthy ambition in life. Your purpose is not to sit around doing nothing. It might be nice for a few weeks when you're burnt out, but long term, for years, your purpose is not to do that. Your purpose is to contribute something to the world, and finding that thing out is just a whole different thing. So, how do we approach this relationship? This relationship between what our perception of enough is, as well as really making sure that we, I don't want to use the word fulfilling potential, because again that's a throwaway term, but what's the ambition that you have, and where are you going to be happy with both of these being in play? It did make me initially think of the concept of yin yang, or a bit of this happens because this happens, maybe even karma, where you, by having peace of mind with one thing, it gives you peace of mind with another, because you are aware of what your limit for enough is. It means that you're really comfortable with aiming for a certain ambition. Because you know what enough is, you're happy with the purpose and meaning that you're working towards in your life. You maybe know, and I'm definitely at this stage where your purpose and meaning is something that will never end. You'll just continually adjust, adapt based on your experiences, what sets you alight, the opportunities that you are given, sometimes by chance, just over the concept of time, the space of time, years, you get exposed to different things. And knowing that your ambition is healthy enough to contribute towards that. Let's use the very stereotypical example of ambition means that you're going to make as much money as possible in your life so that you can be really rich, because that seems to be the ultimate stereotypical perfect thing to achieve in life. But when it doesn't give you any meaning or purpose, and it is just a number, but you don't have any friends, family, hobbies, time, that's where it goes beyond the purpose and meaning. It's just empty. So what is healthy ambition? Is healthy ambition, having a big impact on 10 people's lives, on 100 people's lives, or just the people that fall into your life? You have a profound impact on them, and you have complete peace of mind that that is what you are here to do, and that is who you're supposed to be on this earth. So being able to take a step back and look into that is definitely something to consider here. A lot of this is coming back to the peace that you have, the peace of mind, so mentally you're happy with exactly how the situation is, regardless of what is deemed successful and unsuccessful. And peace, inner peace, is more that kind of fulfilling, at complete peace with oneself. Peace of mind is more the mental state. But let's just say, for the example, being at peace with yourself is almost a combination of putting in enough effort but not being angry at yourself for not doing enough. Is that a sweet point? Is that a point that we need to aim for? Because it's completely subjective in what you perceive to be enough effort but not doing enough. And we could talk about all sort of things such as flow or play or things that feel like work to others but not to you. So what is effort? And sometimes you're not going to put what you think is enough effort in, but it maybe has a profound impact on people, which is fulfilling your purpose and meaning. So having that self-acceptance and peace that you're not angry about not helping more, because that's not supposed to be for you. I've broke it down into two maybe more simplistic or obvious terms here to kind of finish for you to ponder on and think of until I maybe talk to someone else in more detail about it, or maybe develop thoughts over the coming months. But in regards to the concept and term of enough and ambition, the relationship between the two, healthy ambition can only be intrinsic. It can only be internal and come from within. It is completely your own perception, your own perspective of the world. That is healthy ambition. Anything unhealthy in relation to ambition is extrinsic. Like I was saying there with the example of money. That is an unhealthy ambition to continually pursue when the concept of enough or the constraint of enough is in play. Friends, social achievements, being popular, that is extrinsic. That is unhealthy ambition to pursue. What do you think? Do you agree? Have you considered this before? Have you read more about it before? I would be quite keen to see some more stuff on it, or just even hear your thoughts and experiences, because they're just as valuable. I hope if you're listening, you've enjoyed some of the emails that I send out each week. I've sent some tongue-in-cheek ones over the Christmas and New Year period, which are just as important, in my opinion, for a sense of humour. And I hope you are enjoying that content. I'm continually striving to make that good for you. I'm also looking to coach a few people over the next wee while, maybe couple of months. Still experimenting with that idea and doing a kind of pay what you want sort of thing. So reach out to me if you've got any thoughts on that you find useful, or anything else you want to share. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. Cheers. Hey guys, me again. I hope you enjoyed that episode, and if you're not ready for the Becoming Unstuck in 30 Days self-led course quite yet, why don't you try my free ebook I created? 5 simple steps to improve yourself and your life. I made this during the very first lockdown of the pandemic in the early days of the self-improvement project. It's a quick go-to when you're feeling unsure of what to work on when improving yourself or your lifestyle. And a great starting point if you're trying to figure out how to live a more fulfilling and simple life. The link for this will be in the show notes for you. Have a good one.